What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we got a major warning for you guys, but also some good news, so make sure you stick around for that. Also want to talk about a little bit of an economic update for you, talk about how President Biden and the Biden administration are trying to change affordable housing, what's going on there as well, but also the news coming out today and tomorrow. So big stuff's happening. Let's jump right into it. All I ask is if you can spend just 2 seconds, go ahead, hit that like button, and let's continue. So here's some of the good news. This is good news for everybody. First, nobody won the Mega Millions jackpot yesterday. So the Friday drawing is now going to be at $1.02 billion. Billion with a B. So if you were to take the cash payout, that would be about $602 million in cash in a lump sum. A lot of money. Now, a lot of people are going to say, well, there's not good odds. The odds are horrible. The odds are absolutely horrible. They're like 1 in 303 million. But also, scientists say that the odds of being born are 1 in 400 trillion. So, you've beaten the odds before. Somebody has to win it. Not this time, but eventually somebody has to win the money. Why not? It could be you. Now, that is not financial advice because that is horrible advice to go and buy a lottery ticket. But the good news is, there's still money out there to be won. So, that's some good news right now in an economy where there's not a lot of good stuff happening, right? The other good news is that more stores are actually providing some good deals on products to help liquidate some of their excess inventory. Some of these stores include Target and Walmart, Kohl's, also Dick's Sporting Goods, also running a lot of sales. So if you're looking for some good deals, you got a little bit of money, now might be the time to go out there and buy it. Now, let's come to talk about some of the news that's coming out tomorrow. And this is that the GDP data comes out tomorrow. Now, why is this so important? Well, there's a lot of reasons why this is important, but this is going to be key and something very, very important to watch for. And I say this because lately, President Biden has been saying that we aren't in a recession because there's certain people that aren't saying we're in one yet. But the problem is the people that he's expecting to say that, hey, we're in a recession, they take about 6 to 12 months after a recession to even say anything about it. That's an issue. We also know one senior administration official. He says, and I quote, "We're seeing signs of slowing in the economy, but slowing in a direction towards positive growth with lower inflation, consistent with the kind of transition that we'd like to see." That's good. We are seeing slowing in the economy. Not the economy's going negative. But again, some are saying we're already in a recession. We will actually have an answer tomorrow. And if we see a negative GDP number tomorrow, then technically we are in a recession. Now, the only difference between what is happening right now and in previous recessions is that currently we have a very strong job market. Now, I think the last time we've been in a situation where we experienced 2 consecutive quarters of GDP contraction, but we didn't fall into a recession, this didn't happen until like the 1950s, okay? So it's been, 70 some years since we have had 2 negative quarters of GDP, but we were not in a recession. So tomorrow we're going to know whether we are in a recession or not. But economists are expecting the GDP is going to see some slight growth, annualized about 0.4% from April to the June period. So we're going to see what happens there. The good news is the wait is almost over. We'll know tomorrow. So what is happening today? What's the big news coming out today? Well, we have one main thing that's happening today, and you need to be well aware of this, because this is the Federal Reserve expected to raise their key interest rate once again. Some say it's going to be 75 basis points. Others say it should be a little bit higher. We're going to find out today. Now, this is something that we know is happening. We know it's going to go up. It's bittersweet for most people. because when rates increase, it will slow down the market. Why is this bittersweet? Well, rates are increasing. That's not good. But at the same time, it'll slow down the market. It'll bring inflation down. That's the sweet part about this, is that hopefully inflation will come back down to a more manageable level. But again, we'll have to wait and see. But in today's market, some are saying that we need to get back to consistent growth. What we've seen over the past 2 years is we've seen too much excessive growth. It's just been insane. Companies hired too many people. They'd pay too much to reinvest back into their company. They'd grow too quickly, and then they'd struggle. That's what we got over the past 2 years. So this year, things should be a little bit different. But again, it's all going to come down to whatever happens today. Do we see the Federal Reserve jump in? Are they going to be very hawkish? Okay, maybe. We don't know. We're going to find out. Another thing that we are learning a little bit more about is what Congress is doing or technically not doing. First, Congress has been considering a 15% global corporate tax. However, as of right now, this tax is not looking likely due to multiple lawmakers not wanting to move on something like this when the world economy is already so fragile. Remember, the U.S., okay? The U.S. is going to know whether we are in a recession tomorrow. But according to many world economists, they are actually saying that the U.S. is going to fare the best. When it comes to getting out of recession, the U.S. is going to be fine. It's the other countries that will not be as lucky. So, one of the things here is, according to multiple reports, even Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen, that the 15% global corporate tax is still something that many countries want to jump on board with because it's going to create more, fairness, right? We're going to see a little more, some companies aren't just going to go from, let's say, the United States to a different country simply because they're going to save money in taxes. So, it'll be a little more fair. But again, we will see what happens there. But talking about being fair, let's talk about housing. Here's the reason why I want to bring up housing. One of the things that a lot of people are having issues with lately is either being able to afford a house, which is very difficult right now when interest rates are 5%. But the other issue is the houses that are on the market today are not technically affordable, right? To some standards. But when you look at it, interest rates at 5% are not horrible when you look at past history. But when you look at the past 2 years, obviously 5% is almost double what we used to be at. That's an issue. Well, here's what the Biden administration is doing. The Biden administration has actually rewrote the rules on how states and cities can use their portion of the $350 billion in pandemic-related funding. Currently, there's a shortfall about 1.5 million homes or something like that, and something must be done to make up the difference. You either create more homes or you have less people. What's easier to do? You create more homes, right? We can't be out there creating less people. So, the Biden administration now allows states to, for one, finance long-term affordable housing loans for nonprofits and also for developers. That's pretty big. The other thing that they've changed and rewritten the rules on, they will also be allowing funding to go to finance development, to repairs, also to operation of any affordable rental housing unit. So completely different. So the good thing about this is the Biden administration is changing the way affordable housing can be acquired. So we're going to see what happens there. What I can tell you is there's a lot of people that are speculating that something big is coming very soon. And they're speculating on this because the Democratic Party has to do something, have to pass some bill to try to make sure that they win some seats in the upcoming midterm elections. So the speculation, well, tell you right now, as soon as we get any reports on what's going on, what could potentially be coming to the American people, I promise I will fill you in on all the news and updates. Again, just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.